What's going on, guys? It's LtBuzzLitebeer, and it is time to take a look at the proposed gear set changes in the upcoming mind-blowing update 1.4 that was announced today to be going live on October 25th for The Division. Keep in mind, this is what the possible changes could be, as this is from a preliminary list, and Massive could tweak these even further prior to launching update 1.4. This is episode 3 of this 13-part series, as I do not want to upload a 30 to 40 minute video with all 13 gear sets at once. In case you missed it, in episode 2, I reviewed the Tactician's Authority gear set, and make sure and check the video description for a link to that video. Most of the gear sets have been changed, with some of the sets receiving heavy buffs and others nerfed in an attempt to get them all back onto an even playing field. Also, while I have been commentating, the general gear set changes have been posted on the screen, including changes to the 2 and 4-piece sets and maximum level caps. And with all of this out of the way, let's get into the individual gear set changes. This episode will focus on the Predator's Mark gear set, and I've got to say this is a strong gear set to roll with. I usually try to roll with my healer build to help out the fire team while tackling max level incursions, and it is a nice change of pace to switch over to this gear set, equip a sweet shooting G36C, max out the fire rate, and absolutely melt NPCs. These days when I do roll in the DZ, I consistently see players either rolling with this set, a full Sentry's Call gear set, or a combo of the two, and yes, it is that powerful. The current talents for the Predator's Mark gear set are as follows. The 2-piece gives you 20% optimal range. The 3-piece grants an additional 800 damage to assault rifles and 700 to pistols. And the 4-piece bonus unlocks the Predator's Mark talent, which is if you hit 10 shots without switching targets, you will make the enemy bleed for 100% of the damage already done by those bullets. With the proposed changes, the 2-piece grants you 10% reload speed, the 3-piece gives you both 8% more damage for both ARs and pistols, and the 4-piece bonus has been reduced to 50% of the damage already done by those bullets versus the 100% it currently is. Now, I actually favor the change in the 2-piece, as I would much prefer a little less time reloading versus a little extra optimal range, as most players are already running with an assault rifle while using Predator's Mark and don't put a premium on range. The 3-piece bonus looks like it took a step down until you do the math. If your current AR is doing 10,000 base damage after mods times the 8% damage buff, then it is equivalent to the previous plus 800 damage modifier for ARs. And remember, the bleed status effect adds more damage, which further increases this 8% strengthening. The 4-piece admittedly is a huge step down, as the bleed status damage modifier has been cut in half. On paper, it looks positively awful for the Predator's Mark talent until you do a little further research. For PvP situations, the way the healing station will work has been changed, and players will not, and I repeat, will not be able to walk back and forth through the same station to cleanse and heal themselves. They will need to wait for the station to cool down and then redeploy, and you can simply negate their healing by shooting them again and reapplying the bleed status effect. And a second piece of information, enemy NPCs do not have the ability to cleanse themselves, so the bleed status effect can continually be applied to them and comes in handy on max level missions. Predator's Mark has been one of the top gear sets since its launch, and I can only see it staying at the top once update 1.4 drops. The text can be deceiving, and just looking over the changes on paper would lead one to believe that Predator's Mark is done for, but with the upcoming changes for player cleansing and the way the aid stations will work, it still is a seriously strong gear set for players looking to deal the maximum amounts of damage. I would seriously recommend you find a damage-heavy and stable AR to complement this kit, as it will be staying as a top-tier gear set to have and farm for in update 1.4. As always, I would love to hear what you think of the possible gear set changes for Predator's Mark and my gear set review. In addition, if you could take the time to rate the video with either a thumbs up or down, it would be greatly appreciated. If you want some more LtBuzzLitebeer and my weapon reviews in your life, follow me on Twitter at LtBuzzLitebeer. I am very proud about all of the work I've put into my entire The Division Weapon Review playlist, and it really is the most comprehensive and accurate Division Weapon Review playlist on YouTube. So if there is any weapon in the division you have any questions about, look no further than my reviews to answer any and all of your questions. And remember, from my channel, likes, comments, subs are loved. Until my next The Division video, this has been LtBuzzLitebeer saying peace out.